Hi folks, this is Danny at Bradley James Classics. Today's classic is a simply stunning example of a beautiful little Riley Elf from August 1967, 86,000 miles, displayed on the Speedo. And this car, well, it is stunning, as you can see, and it drives beautifully, and it's had a lot of money spent on it to get it to this standard. Now this is a beautiful colour scheme. It's damask red, which personally I think always looks lovely at cars of this era. And when they leave the factory, even though different colour schemes can get added, they always had a Whitehall beige roof, and I believe that is Whitehall beige, even though I wouldn't probably know the difference between that and probably Old English white from here, but to me it looks like exactly correct colour scheme. I'm going to walk around the car really slowly to give you an opportunity of seeing the paintwork and the chrome work and the condition of the car, but I'm also going to tell you a little bit about the Riley Elf Mark III and how it differs obviously from something like a Mini and even the earlier models. So we're going to start at the front here. It's got excellent chrome work, and the grille and these extra driving lights I think really do suit the front. If I get up very closely, you can see you can see me, but you can see there's a bit of age in the chrome, but by no means broken and unsightly. Very good overriders, but again they're showing their age a little. If you get up very closely you can see that, but by no means are they even near unsightly. The bonnet is in excellent condition, as are the front wings. If I'm very fussy I can see a stone chip here. Is excellent, as is this A post. Nice bright glass, I can't see any scratches or chips. This near side passenger door looks to be pretty perfect. Lots of chrome everywhere with these cars. They are the posh one, remember. And same story with this back panel. All this looks to be excellent. The embellishers, wheel trims all look good. A good set of Faulkner tyres. And here's that lovely rear end, those extra fins and the larger boot than what you would see in a Mini. And obviously if you can just imagine the Mini line coming down this way with a boot, you obviously get a bit more space in the back, and I'm going to show you, you do get a bit of an extension on the back here. The rear boot itself is in excellent condition. There's your Elf Mark III badges here. If I get them very closely, you can see there's a bit of age to the chrome. You can also see the stainless steel exhaust sticking out of the end there. This is in very good condition. You could drive this straight to a car show and you would feel as if you was in with a chance of being recognised as one of the better cars there, purely because of the condition as the car as is. I'm going to walk down the side of the car. Just point out this rear offside wing is in excellent condition, as is this archway rear panel, through to the driver's door and through onto that front wing. And you know, the only sign I saw, God, it's very difficult, but there's a very small little blemish there, which is actually quite a common place for to get a bubble, but there's the only one I spotted, and there's quite a lot of paint on this car, so it's doing very well. I'm going to come onto the interior in a minute, and you're going to love that because that's had a lot of money spent on it. But I need to go inside first because I need to open the bonnet. Well, actually you'll be seeing the interior a bit quicker than I anticipated. Now again, because we're talking about the poshness of a either a Wolseley Hornet or a Riley Elf like this one is, we can see that we've got on the Mark III, for starters, we've got wind up windows. earlier models would have had sliding windows like the Mini of the same period. You can see these leather faced seats are in excellent condition, front and rear, as are the carpets, as is the rear shelf, as is the lovely original parcel shelf. You can see how lovely they look, and these leather faced seats, they feel really lovely to sit in, they look beautiful, but really a star attraction here. In fact, I'm going to just sit in so you can really see what I mean. Look how beautiful that walnut dash is. Now, this hasn't just been re-varnished, it's actually been completely remade. So this is, you look at that in there, that is absolutely as new, and this is a very recent upgrade. Rather expensive, but it's one of the great features of this car, so it seems to make sense to have it in excellent condition. It's something that when you're looking at these cars, it's very common to see them cracked, but you can just see the deep shine, and that's absolutely stunning. It looks beautiful. For me, it really makes the car. So carpets in excellent condition, door cards in excellent condition, as are the seats, as is the roof lining. This really is in superior condition, the car. It drives absolutely beautifully. We're going to have a little look at the engine bay in a minute. There's a few modern extras here. So I've got a clock mounted here, and somebody has installed a USB port in here. So in fact there's two of them. One's 1 amp, one's a 2.1 amp. So I guess that's great for charging your phone on the move. And as per period correct additions, we've got the switch for the heater, we've got the very recognisable choke cable there, light switches, and I'm guessing this little switch down here is probably for the extra fog lights. Again, I'm running on memory here, but one of the differences certainly from the Mark III, I mentioned the fact that you have the wind up windows, but you also get this air fascia vents in the Mark III model. You didn't have that in earlier models, and of course this is the heater down here. It's actually really lovely here. This is in excellent condition, as is the steering wheel. The gear knob is good as new, albeit it was facing the wrong way, so let's reverse that way. It's very, very superior condition inside. It's been looked after extremely well. This is where the bonnet release cable is. So I'm going to pull that because I'm going to have a little look under there. But while I've got you here, let's turn the key, and oops, charming. And that's a very tight little engine. 998cc. Again, the later cars, certainly the Mark III, had a 998, whereas the earlier Elf had the 850 engine. So now I've got to get my hand under here and then pull up this bonnet, and I've got a little technique that I use, holding this up and showing you the engine. So we've got the correct colour engine here. We've got the wheel cylinders. We've got the master brake cylinder there, and we've got the clutch cylinder next to it. There's our engine numbers here. All very clean. This engine still running its original dynamo, and there's the alternator at the front. Interestingly, we've got an electrical socket added there, and that's actually the guys. So anyone who knows them, that's absolutely the correct badge to have down there. Fisher and Ludlow. So she's very clean under the bonnet as well. Oh. And let's have a step back and have a little look at her together. I just really wanted to sort of run through one or two more facts and figures about these lovely little cars with you. Let's have a little look at my notes. We supply the cars with a year's MOT. We do a very thorough PDI, which is a pre-delivery inspection in our own garage that we own here in Overton. We can arrange transport to anywhere in the UK, a very reasonable price point, and as I say, we make sure these cars are prepared very well, and weather permitting, we will do our best to have it turning up in this stunning condition for you. So why buy a Wolseley Hornet? Well, this one's 53 years old, in fact 53 years old last month. Brilliant direct steering, sharp handling. They could hit 78 miles an hour and do between 35 and 40 to the gallon. They weigh in at about 338 kilos, so a lightweight car. Power to weight ratio is good. You've got disc brakes on the front, hydroelastic suspension as per the Mini, so they do handle brilliantly. They're great fun to drive, they sound wonderful, and they look great. The extra large boot, again compared to a Mini, I'll show you, and of course all this extra chrome, and you can see the chrome around the windows, the chrome down the side, obviously these glorious vents and grills, and this one has these extra spot lamps, driving lights on the front, and so it's period correct wing mirrors, nice bit of chrome for the wipers, chrome all around the windows, chrome around the light fittings, and no shortage of chrome. Let's show you that boot. Can you see how deep that boot is? And if you can imagine a Mini, because the Mini was down here somewhere, you've got the little shelf, and there's your spare, and there's your battery, and of course fuel tank over there. So a decent sized boot. And let's just shut that up again. So just out of interest, when I did my little bit of research here, they actually sold a few more Rileys than they did the Wolseleys. Out of around, I think it says here, 30,900 of them are said to have been built, and there's about 300 of them still registered on the road, and there's a chunk of them on Sawn. So from all of those thousands, we're now down to a few hundred, and I would say this is among one of the nicest examples I've seen. Now, with anything from this era, not just these cars, but things like solid underpinnings and a good chassis, you'll look back on MOT history and you'll see that this one's never had failings due to issues with corrosion. Now, it's difficult to see too much, but what I can say from when we had her up on the ramp, she's fully undersealed, she's in excellent condition underneath. There is no need for welding, and one of the things we do when we check our cars out, over and above the fact that they do have an MOT, albeit an MOT exempt vehicle, we do carry out a thorough PDI just to make sure there's no issues that a new owner is going to come foul of, and we certainly will do our best to make sure this car is handed over to you in the best condition it can be in. And we do like to make sure our customers are very well looked after, because they have a habit of coming back and telling their friends. Well folks, 86,000 miles and a Riley Elf from 1967 in beautiful condition in damask red, beautiful leather seats, and it really has been a credit to its previous owner. It's low ownership, this particular car. I think it's had just 4 owners over the years, and I think I mentioned it's had a new walnut dash, lovely red carpets, and excellent paintwork. Well folks, I hope you've enjoyed looking around this lovely old Riley with me. It's in stock now. Please get in touch to arrange a viewing and a test drive, and if it suits you, we'd love to see you drive it away. It's Danny at Bradley James Classics signing out. Thank you.